Chris Brown, Steve Tasker with you, and joined in studio now by Bills team reporter Maddy Glab for what else? The Maddy Awards, presented by Energy Mark, the official energy supplier to the Buffalo Bills. This is kind of appropriate on the heels of the Golden Globes, I guess.
It is.
Everybody see Haley last night?
She looked
looking regal
lovely.
in her dress there.
Little baby bump. I'm so excited for that.
Oh my God, I could
She
not
looked
believe
amazing.
the people barking instructions at her which way to stand. They all wanted the profile shot. Oh my God, they were just ruthless though.
That's
just
all they do,
hey, turn
man.
sideways. Just be,
Dude, that's the way it works, man.
holy crow.
You been there,
I've
Mr. Golden
seen,
Globes?
No, but I've seen it. You can't see it because it's all still photos, right?
Yeah.
Just for magazines.
Oh
they
my
can't
gosh.
see it.
Yeah, it is.
It's just
Now,
endless though.
only recently have you started getting the videos of and how
Oh, they were
I've
just
seen.
barking
I
at her the
saw.
whole
I can't
time.
remember the actor's name, but he came in. And it was just a guy. It was a male actor by himself. Wasn't
Yeah.
escorted. He just kept walking. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you
You
would
would
have
have
thought.
thought he insulted their grandmother.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, they were all over him. I was like, what? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, what are you doing? But yeah, there you go.
Like, I mean,
Yelling at a pregnant lady, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, she gets it. She knows what she's got to do. Everybody's barking at her. It's
not
I was
rocket
like,
science.
Everybody relax. Like, take
not
a
rocket
chill.
science.
Like, it was crazy. I was
great,
just like,
though.
what is? I understand you got to get the shot, but man,
Can't we share some
it
photos?
was it was a full court press. I was like, give the lady a break.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, let's get to award number one. Speaking of Haley, the Machine Award.
The Machine. Bills quarterback Josh Allen is usually known to put on the cape in the playoffs. No need to be Superman against the Jaguars because Josh Allen instead was a machine. Reliable, accurate, efficient, took the short yardage plays when he needed to, and then took the big ones when they were there. 80% completion percentage is what he finishes with. He led a game-winning drive where Allen was 5 of 5 and then grabbed 10 yards on a 4th and inches play to bring it to the 1-yard line. The Bills eventually scored to take the lead. It's really hard to not go berserk in a game that means so much. And Allen took it one play at a time instead of saying, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Right. Yeah. He's like the Wolverine in the X-Men. He just like regenerates. I mean, he got crushed like 4 times in this game, got up like it was nothing and took a deep breath, cracked his neck and said, let's go.
It was crazy.
It really was. This throw right here, the one we're watching now, the throw down the middle to Cooks late in the game. They got him down to the 20 before the quarterback sneaks for the thing. Online, people are going, look at this throw. It's unbelievable. I was like, that's not even his top 20 for his career.
It was his best throw of that game, though.
Yeah, it was a great throw, no question. But he's got, like this one's not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, there's like, he's got 3 throws like that every game. What are you talking about? The internet was going crazy over the Cooks throw. Because he had a guy running right up the pipe, right in his face. He had nowhere to go. He stood there, kind of leaned away from the rush, and
He's
then
thrown off his back foot.
threw it off his back foot and launches this thing 40 yards. It was a 36-yard play. Cooks was tackled immediately, and he had dropped back, right? So it was like a 41, 2-yard throw, and he's throwing it like leaning backwards, and everybody's like, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
He does that in practice.
The Guard Dog Award.
Everyone was clamoring, give Tre'Davious White the dog of the week. Trey White's on my Inside the Charge podcast every week, and White gives out a Dog of the Week award after Bills victories. And Tre'Davious White is getting my Guard Dog award because White was not backing down from anything, flying around, playing like he had something to prove, had a couple of huge pass breakups. One pass breakup saved a touchdown in the 3rd quarter, and then he had a tipped pass on Lawrence's final play, and it led to an interception that sealed Buffalo's victory. It was a big-time play by Trey White, and in his 9th NFL season, White is still showing us he can affect games.
I wonder if he'll give himself the Dog of the Week. I can't
Right?
see him doing that.
I can't either.
He won't.
I
He
can't
might.
either.
You're gonna have to
No.
override him.
I'm
man.
these
gonna
two pass
override
As the
breakups.
producer of the show, of the podcast.
Yeah, you'll have to override
you
it.
have to override it. Mad girl.
These 2 pass breakups happened on the same series in the first half and led to Jacksonville settling for a field goal. I mean, they were instrumental in what ends up being a 3-point game. So huge plays deep in their own red zone there on the same series. I told Steve it's probably the best game Trey has played in a Bills uniform since maybe 2022. He was that good yesterday. He was on it.
I was saying as well, he's, from where I sit, he's still a young guy, although he's long in the tooth in the league history, that kind of thing. But he came back from 2 major injuries, and the further he has gotten away from that, and the snap count that he has gotten this year has really helped him improve and get back to where he was when he was all pro level. We all know he works really hard. And when he's gotten to feel better and gotten more confidence in his legs and gotten past and further away from the injuries, man, oh man, he has gotten better and better. And I told Brownie this earlier in the show. If Max Harrison was taking all the reps, if he had come in, been a starter, and Trey had just been spot duty or whatever, he wouldn't be playing as well as he is now because of the reps that he's gotten for the season. It's been great.
The Game Wrecker Award.
Bills safety Cole Bishop was a game wrecker. He came in like a wrecking ball and completely ended things. He called game on the Jaguars' final drive of the game. Bishop was in the right place at the right time to grab an interception. It ended the game. He did a great job of having his eyes to the football. In his second NFL season, Bishop is playing fast. He understands Buffalo's defense and is an impact player. That play to end the game for Buffalo was awesome. White tips it, and Bishop is there to grab the interception and end it all so the Bills can move on to the next round.
First interception of his playoff career. So that was a biggie.
And it was on a 1st and 10. Here goes. They got 1 minute 2 left in the game.
Starting off the drive.
Starting the drive. Here we go. How's this going to end? And it ended real quick.
And that was a disguised post-snap coverage, because usually in that coverage play, Bishop's usually the guy in center field and Hancock's coming down. They flipped it. They don't flip it. I don't know if Bishop's in the right spot to make that interception. So
good call,
you got to credit the coaching staff there for spinning the dial once again. And really, they outcoached the Jaguars. They totally outcoached them in that game.
Yeah.
And it made a difference.
Well
Huge
done.
difference. The Big Assist Award.
The Big Assist might be my favorite award this week. Bills offensive lineman Osiris Torrence had the big assist, the big guy helping out his quarterback get a first down. 4th and inches play, down 4, game on the line. You gotta have it. And what does Osiris Torrence do? He doesn't want inches. He says, we're going to go for the whole thing, grabs Josh Allen and carries him like a baby 10 yards, sets up a 1st and goal. The Bills score on the next play to take the lead. It was a huge play, and it wouldn't have been possible without Osiris Torrence and helping his quarterback out.
Yeah, he forklifted him.
That was huge. And it went kind of unnoticed until they did the replay. It was like, oh my gosh, look at that. And I thought, too, Jacksonville guys, they stopped pushing on that, thinking that Josh never stopped moving forward. It was like there was a hesitation, but they got him sideways. But they were moving. And I heard this, I read this online, so I don't know if it's true or not, but the win probability went from 27% for Buffalo in that moment to 77% after that play. They didn't even score on it. It was the biggest probability swing on a quarterback sneak in league history, right? It was a 10-yard quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It was good. I think we all enjoyed it. The Tone Setter Award.
The Tone Setter, it's going to linebacker Shaq Thompson. Thompson has been known for being a tone setter and a big juice guy for the team all season. And on the Jaguars' second drive of the game, Thompson does a great job of reading Trevor Lawrence, knowing where the ball is going, jumping up, grabbing an interception. It was a tone-setting play. You could really feel the juice on the sidelines after a play like that. The Bills knew that forcing turnovers was going to be huge in this game, and the Bills win that battle, a huge reason why they beat the Jaguars. And I love Thompson's mentality. He plays like it's his last game, like every game is his last game. He puts his body on the line for the football, and his leadership and play has really rubbed off on the team this year.
Yeah, I mean, I know you mentioned, I think last week, or maybe it was on Buffalo Bills Weekly when we were taping last week, Maddy, you were talking about how excited he was to be back in the playoffs for like the first time in 7 or 8 seasons, and it showed yesterday. He was like jacked up and frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, he has been a huge difference maker, and when you talk about a guy that we didn't know, right? People in Buffalo didn't know. People in Carolina probably knew, and they thought he was past this. But he was exactly the guy to fill the void when Bernard went down. Terrell Bernard went down, and Shaq started coming in, and all of a sudden the defense changed a little bit, and it's been a huge success.
Just talking to Thompson in the locker room this past week about the season that he's had, he said, I thought about retiring. I thought about giving it all up. I thought about, do I even have it left in me? And he goes to Buffalo because he wanted to play for Sean McDermott as a head coach, and look at what's happened. And now talking to him throughout the year, Thompson is like, I want to stay here. I want to help this team out. I want to be here for longer than just one season.
And hopefully that is the case. He signed a 1-year deal here. The Aced the Test Award.
Bills wide receiver Khalil Shakir aced the test, A+, literally targeted 12 times, caught all 12 targets for 82 yards. When the run game wasn't working, Buffalo knew they had to do something on offense, so they lean on a wide receiver like Khalil Shakir. Josh Allen needed a security blanket, and Shakir was that. He also did a great job of getting yards after catch, helping move the sticks, keep drives alive. Shakir is very reliable. Allen really trusts him, and he was a big factor in this win.
Yeah, it wasn't like there was a ton of running room after the catch in this game. Jacksonville's got a really good tackling defense, but this run right here on a 3rd and 9 in the Bills right out midfield, it was huge.
Spin move, yeah.
Really huge. And Shakir's ability to get it when it's there and to make a little extra out of it really sets him apart. And I'll say this, 12 catches on 12 targets, man.
I mean, people are going to knock 82 yards, but he was virtually the extension of the run game yesterday. I mean, they could not get traction in the run game yesterday against the league's #1 run defense, and they used Shakir as an extension of the run game. You're like, what good does a 4-yard reception do? 4-yard reception puts you in 2nd and 6, and now you're still on schedule. So when it was evident that running the ball was going to be difficult, I felt that Joe Brady capably pivoted to utilizing Shakir as the replacement for the run game.
Yeah, I would agree. It really made a lot of sense because a lot of the catches he had were just little hitches and stuff.
Yeah.
And the screen pass, we get a lot of callers that don't like him running that screen pass. They don't like the bubble screen.
I think he got the touchdown
yesterday. It's a running game, but the touchdown to Kincaid in the 4th quarter was all set up by their propensity to run that stinking little bubble whip screen.
Yeah. Dalton pretends he's blocking.
Yep.
Yeah, he comes out, and they come up to defend the screen, and they turn it loose in the back end, and it turns into a touchdown for Buffalo. So it worked.
Yeah.
Great play.
It was awesome to see.
All right, we wrap it up with the No Sweat Award.
No Sweat Award is going to Bills head coach Sean McDermott. It was a huge game for the Bills, a road playoff game, a lot on the line, and there was no sweat in Coach McDermott. In a game like this, McDermott said our players made the plays they needed to make. Well, McDermott made the calls he needed to make. There was a 1st and goal situation with just over a minute left. What do you do? Do you kneel down to get some time off of the clock, or do you go for it and score and then try to stop the Jaguars? McDermott makes a decision to go for it. They score, and they successfully stop the Jaguars. He trusted his defense to do their job to end the game. And what happens? Buffalo beats the Jaguars. They move on in the playoffs, and it's McDermott's first road playoff win as Buffalo's head coach, and their first as a franchise since 1992.
Yeah, yesterday was also the anniversary, the 9-year anniversary of Sean McDermott's hiring as head coach of the Bills.
There you go.
No way.
Yeah, so
Gets
kind
a
of
little
fitting
gift
to get your
there.
first road playoff win on the anniversary of the day you got hired.
Well,
So
it's okay if that happens, but if he didn't have so many wins already in the playoffs,
Right.
right? You don't get to 9 years unless you win some playoff games.
I just felt it was weird because I just felt like there were a lot of absolutes going into this game. The Jaguars were 3-0 at home in wild card games in their history, 2-0 against the Bills in playoff history, had won 8 in a row. I'm just telling you, I'm walking around that press box yesterday. The guy we had on the show last week, J.P. Shadrick, who covers the Jaguars. Oh my God, was he brimming with confidence with the bad Jaguars? Oh yeah,
I
they're
heard that press
playing
box
really
was
well,
super confident.
playing really well. These guys are really killing it. And I'm just like, oh my God, I want to beat this team so bad today. Thank God it happened. Go home.
That's what that's where you live when you're in that drought, when you can't get to the playoffs, and they haven't been there in a minute.
They thought they were sailing to the Super Bowl.
Well, they look like they a really good
So did
football
a lot
team.
of other
A
people,
lot of
but
people
you
were
know
calling
what?
it. It wasn't just them.
Nope.
But yeah, there was a level of joy in the Bills Mafia and in this building too, because you knew you were going to play a really good team that was playing hot.
Yeah.
And if you beat them, there was no excuse. You're a good team. And the Bills figured they've proven they're a good team, but no, outside they're trying, all this absolutes like you were mentioning. The Bills went in on the road in the playoffs and beat the hottest team in the tournament, in their side of the tournament. Beat them.
And there have now been 14 teams, I want to say it's in the last 30 years, 14 teams that have entered the playoffs on an 8-game winning streak or more. And none of those teams, it's the last 25 years, none of those teams have won the Super Bowl. And 7 of them have now not even won a single playoff game. It was 6 of 13 going into yesterday's game. It is now 7 of 14. 8-game winning streak,
Hard to
don't
win
even win a
9
playoff
straight.
game.
I brought. Let me just take credit for bringing that to your attention.
Yeah.
When we were going in, Jacksonville. I go, think about what that means for Jacksonville.
Yeah, they would have had to win 12 in a row.
12 in a row. They've got to win to get to the Super Bowl. And now the Broncos, Jacksonville did them a favor. They got beaten Week 16 by Jacksonville.
They've
the
won
Broncos
13 of their last 14.
They've won 13. The last time they won before that Jacksonville loss was Week 3.
Yep.
And they since Week 4 they've been on a heater.
They also
So-
scored only at least 20 points in their final 3 games. So chew on that for a little.
That's right. That's right. Well, they were playing. Well, they did score. They beat the Packers at home, and scored 34 against the Packers. But that was after. I think it was right after Micah Parsons had been.
Yeah, I think that's right.
They beat the Raiders. They beat the Commanders. They beat the Chiefs. They beat the Raiders again. They beat the Giants by 1.
Okay.
The Jets. They beat the Bengals early in the season. When but they beat they're just like the Patriots. You win against the schedule you're
Can't blame who they are on the schedule.
That's true.
And they've won enough games convincingly.
They're only averaging 23 points per game.
Their problem.
It's their defense.
Their defense is outstanding. In fact, in a lot of ways, it's better than the Jaguar defense, at least in its rankings.
Well, it's more well-rounded.
Right. It's more exactly.
They're good at everything.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Those are the Maddy Awards. Maddie, thanks for doing it, and hope you're right back in that chair next Monday.
Fingers crossed,
'cause that means the Bills will
guys.
be
Let's
in the
do
Final Four,
it.
and we'll have gotten another road playoff victory, so let's all hope for that.